I'm going to talk a little bit on sodium and how managing your intake can help with a healthy diet. So high levels of sodium in your diet can cause high blood pressure because it forces your heart to work harder. It can also increase your risk for cardiovascular diseases and stroke. So whenever I talk to people about their sodium intake, they always say to me, well, I don't use salt at the table, I don't use salt in cooking, so I don't really eat much, consume much sodium. And the reality is that most people are getting their sodium from processed foods or restaurants, and only about 10% are actually getting it from home cooking. So the current recommendations for sodium intake are 2,300 milligrams for adults and children that are healthy, and then if you have high blood pressure or if you're at a risk for high blood pressure, the recommendation drops to around 1,500 milligrams a day. And most people are consuming around 3,400 milligrams of sodium, which is almost double the recommendation that the American Heart Association puts out. So keep your heart healthy and look for sodium in the foods that you're eating. First, you want to start off with by looking at the nutrition label. So look for less than 500 milligrams of sodium per meal and less than 250 milligrams of sodium if it's a snack or a side dish. I like to use those as kind of benchmarks. Also, if you're looking at the front of a package, if it says low sodium on it, that means that the product has to contain less than 140 milligrams of sodium, so you know that you can have a safe choice by going with that. Also, a lot of companies have on there no salt added, and while this is a great kind of tool, again, check the label because the product might have sodium naturally in it. Probably not too much, but again, it's always good to kind of look at the back. Also, if you're buying canned vegetables or chickpeas or any kind of bean, by draining and rinsing, you can help to decrease your sodium by about 60%. Or again, you can look for, again, that low sodium or no salt added label. Watch out for your highly processed foods. So things like your lunch meats, your cheeses, your cakes, cookies, all of those are going to be high in sodium. And then again, usually calories and fat. So watch your portion sizes on those. Also soups, canned soups are probably one of the biggest things that have tons of sodium in them. So I get a lot of times people say to me, well, I had a can of soup for lunch. And usually a can of soup is around 2.5 servings. And a lot of soups have like 900 or more milligrams of sodium in them. And if you're eating the whole thing, you're getting almost the exact amount of sodium, if not more, that you need for the day. Also, probably you're not taking into consideration if you had any crackers or put any kind of cheese or anything else in it. And again, that's just like a really, really concentrated amount of sodium per meal. Also, watch out for the frozen meals too. They're another big one. Most people don't realize how much sodium is in them. So again, try and look for that 500 milligrams for a frozen meal if you go that route. If you can, maybe make up your own frozen meals. Again, you can kind of control the ingredients there. If you're going out to eat, watch out for the sauces, the salad dressings, the gravy. Usually those are loaded with sodium. So ask for them on the side and then use them sparingly. And one thing about going out to eat or going to a restaurant is typically you're going to have higher sodium content in your meals. So try and limit at least how many times you go out to eat as well. Opt for more fresh fruits and vegetables. You can use frozen as well. Just look for no salt added and try to avoid getting the packaged frozen veggies that have a sauce added to them. When you're doing fresh or frozen fruits and veggies, they're naturally low in sodium. Try and make at least half of your plate vegetables and then swap in maybe your fruits for a salty snack like chips or pretzels and use fruit instead. Lastly, cook at home more often. So when you're cooking at home, you control the ingredients. Try to cook with more herbs, more spices. Even use things like citrus, like a lemon or a lime, to help boost the natural flavoring of the food. And just as a reminder, a food label can claim that a product is healthy even if it has up to 600 milligrams of sodium. So always be kind of like a salt detective and turn the package over and look at the nutrition label and see what you're eating. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this video to be useful. Click like if you did. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this and leave a comment below about how you're watching your salt intake.